We are sort of broadening out to have a larger conversation about balance of powers, I guess, and how to think about that in San Francisco. And I'm not sure what the right answer is, but as I look at San Francisco city government,
you're a mayoral toady
where I feel we are not delivering, it is not that I do not see an overweening executive governing too much in the city.
Oh my fucking God, you're full of shit.
Sometimes like I don't see enough execution or administration. And I think that is partly built into our system, which is unique in, I don't think there are that many California municipalities or counties that prioritize separation of powers as a way to get...
We need council manager here in SF.
Generally, in most cities and counties, the legislative body selects a chief executive who takes the will of the legislative body and then executes. And we don't
much better system for the city.
Necessarily the friction. Now you want, I think, some friction, because if everybody's all marching in the same direction, there's potential problems of corruption or just bad decisions.
Oh my God.
And we certainly, to be sure, have had some corruption in San Francisco. Still probably
the mayor did it. Nuru's a mayor crony.
The failure to our public, particularly around things like homelessness, in my view, is not that the mayor has too much power. I don't think. I think there are, when I think about the ways in which we have failed residents of some of our nonprofit operated SROs, there are policy and budgetary choices underlying those failures that I do not know would be fixed by the sharing of more authority with the Board of Supervisors.
My fucking God, you're full of shit.
I believe that there are benefits to commissions. I think that having a forum where all folks in the public, from tenants of public housing to neighbors who are upset about the city's failures around street conditions, to nonprofit executive directors who aren't seeing the city acting in a way that makes sense, all have the ability to come and plead their case. One could say that should be the San Francisco Board of Supervisors, but I don't think we have the bandwidth. I don't think we are functioning in that way to be that forum, that place where everybody pleads their case. And what we do have are a plethora of bodies that people think might be the Homelessness Commission, but don't in fact represent all of the interests that have a stake in the homeless policy, don't actually have that much formal authority, but do have the ability, all of them, to command the time, attention, and resources of staff who try to address their particular needs. I don't think a homelessness commission is the solution to the problems that were identified in the excellent chronicle coverage of our failures in SRO housing. I do think that a commission could be useful as that place where everybody gets to come and plead their case and hear from, and all of the folks who have an interest get city staff to come in and explain what they're doing and why it makes some sense. But my concerns, one, are that I don't want that body to make the implementation and execution of government around homelessness more sclerotic in this city. Nor do I,
as opposed to the mayor pushing bad policies
on this department. There was someone referred to this as a very troubled department. I don't know if it's a very troubled department. It's a 6 or however many year old department that has never been adequately resourced and has is still trying to figure out exactly what to do, with multiple decision makers all pointing it in different directions, from Supervisor Mandelman saying you need to shelter everybody, to other folks saying you need to house everybody, to the gajillion other imperatives and demands that are foisted on them. I don't want to see this commission just become another body that HSH staff have to answer to. So I think I support Supervisor Safai's work on this. I think he has come up with a commission that makes sense. concerned about the direction the conversation is going. I do not support all of Supervisor Safai's amendments. In particular, I do not support the in addition language on pages 1 and 5, because I think that one of the chief benefits of the commission is in having one ultimate body other than us that is responsible for being the forum around homeless policy conversations. And I think just replicating, adding on another body to the several that we already have is not good from an administrative perspective, from a staff time management perspective. So when it comes to it, I'm going to ask the chair to allow me to vote separately on that particular amendment. In terms of things that would make it harder or not have a mayoral majority, and I really think it ought to be a 2/3 vote to get rid of to reject the mayor's choices, but I'm okay with where Supervisor Safai landed.
Oh my God.
In terms of the concerns about the functioning of the Shelter Monitoring Committee, what it seemed like those bodies, those people who are on there do is function as kind of additional, almost a staff level function. The problem that we are solving with the Shelter Monitoring Committee is one that, more robust staffing on the city side could address, and putting in, so I don't necessarily know that that's a place where we need to have a sort of an ombudsperson function, not responsive to the mayor, that, can challenge what the executive is doing, because it does seem like the executive within the Department of Public Health, the branch of the executive within the Department of Public Health, is actually trying to make those shelters better. So those are since we're sharing preliminary thoughts, those are my preliminary thoughts.